Hey everybody, this is 10 Pups from SRP. I've been seeing a lot of questions on how to take a knot out of a brush, and this is a trick I learned from a thread that Glenn posted. Now this brush is no good. It looks okay, but it's shedding a little bit. The knot had already fallen out of it once. I put it back in, and then it started shedding out the middle, so it's time for it to go. It's part of a kit I got for $40. I got this wonderful soap that exploded before I finished it. This beautiful razor. That was my first practice hone. Man, that thing is destroyed. Opens letters really good. That's about it. And the strap, I think I made a dog collar out of that or gave it away or something. I don't know what happened to that thing. So anyway, the only way I've ever done this is to put it in the vise until you hear a crunch. Now, because I did this with the same epoxy I'm going to be putting the new one in, it might not work because it's good stuff. But for the most part it did. That wasn't so hard. And there's still some down in there, but I'm sure if I put it back in there, usually on the old ones, when you put it in there like that and you squeeze it, you can hear crunching, and that's the epoxy breaking away from the sides at the bottom. And you crunch it once that way, and then turn it 90 degrees and crunch it again, and sometimes they just pop right out that way. Sometimes they disintegrate and you got hair all over the place, but it beats the heck out of drilling them out. This right here, I think I'd go after it with a razor knife and clean the rest of that stuff out of there. I had a metal double duck that I did. I put a black badger in that, and it had what looked like Bondo down inside, and I wanted to lower it, so I took just a grinding bit, put on the Dremel, went down there and ground it out a little bit, so it about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, so it sat down in there lower. So that's it for taking them out. It's not that hard. That was a plastic one. The other two I've done are metal. I don't think I've ever done a wooden one. As long as you don't squeeze the handle itself, you should be okay. And so how easy that one came out. Now I'm going to try and put one back in. And I got a little diagram down here and my board all set up. We'll see how this goes. I love pressure working under lights. So here's the handle I got. I got a couple of them. They both looked about the same. This one was a little bigger diameter, and they had makeup all over them, so I don't know what they were used for originally, but they're going to be shave brushes. This is a silver tip badger that I got off of eBay from some China person. I don't know the quality of it, but feels pretty good. So basically what we're going to do here, this knot is just a little bit smaller than the diameter of this, which is okay with me. I have to push it down in there, and that brings the brush in a little bit, makes it a little stiffer. And I don't know if that's really the great or the best thing you want to do, but it gives me a lot of room inside for the epoxy to ooze up. So when you put the epoxy on, I'm going to put it on right on the bottom. I'm going to try and get just enough to where it comes up the sides a little bit. In the red here you can see this is where I want the epoxy. I don't want it flowing over the edge or getting too much into the brush. The stuff I'm using is this, and it's pretty thick. So you can see on the last brush I did, though, I didn't get very much, and it did come up the sides quite a bit. Well, that might be the old stuff too. I might not have cleaned it out very good. And probably could have put more down in there because that came out pretty easy, but I was afraid of it getting up into the badger. Nothing worse than a stiff badger. So according to this, you squitch it out and the right amount comes out. That's a lot. And put the lid back on it. I'm going to use these chamois swabs that I got. This one's pretty well wasted. I got these for polish and they're really cool for that. I can show you that on another thread if you like. But you mix this stuff up, see? I'll probably waste half of it all over the board. Supposedly sets up in 5 minutes, so I figure a minute of mixing, a minute of putting it in there, and we might make the end of this video. Of course, I'm not going to make you hang for the drying part. I like to make sure it's thoroughly mixed. Squish it, circles back and forth. Get it all mixed up. You can see I'm wasting it all over the place. Okay, well, I can smell it really good now, so I think it's yeah, it's starting to feel a little bit thick. Okay, so with my clean, uncontaminated hand, I'm going to grab this sucker right here. And put some globs of it on the bottom. And don't let it run. Not as thick as I remember it being. Maybe I mixed it more the last time. Maybe it was colder, maybe it was hotter. So I'm going to put some down inside too, if I can, without getting it all over the sides. Okay, that's enough of that. There's some on the rim up there. I'm going to get that off. Okay, see, got a little cloud of it in the bottom there. There's not very much on the bottom of this. I'm just going to shove that puppy down in there and hold it. And that's the name of that tune. I'm going to shut this off, and then I'll come back on and show you the finished product and maybe some other stuff.